So military witnesses are refusing to testify about UFOs because they're scared they're going to be unalived. And that's what Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna just revealed, and it gets way worse than you can imagine. The famous UFO whistleblower David Grusch was involved in some kind of bizarre incident right before a classified congressional meeting that's now being investigated by law enforcement. And that's not even the worst part. Every single witness Luna's committee contacted said they were too afraid to come forward because they feared being permanently silenced. And we're talking about legitimate former military personnel and contractors with the absolute highest security clearance that anybody could possess, and they have inside knowledge about crash retrievals and interdimensional beings. And it's crazy that I'm saying this, but these aren't random internet conspiracy theorists, guys. These are trained professionals who know what happens to people when they open their mouth and expose government secrets. But wait until you hear what they actually know and why someone would want them unalived. This isn't just about little green men anymore, everyone. This is about billions and billions of taxpayer dollars flowing to unauthorized programs that even Congress doesn't know exists. It gets worse, and nobody's talking about it. But Rep. Luna, she chairs the House Oversight Committee's Declassification Task Force, and she's fighting a war against the forces that will apparently stop at nothing to keep these secrets buried. And the September 9th UFO hearing is still happening, but without the witnesses who could actually tell us the truth, they're hiding in fear. They can't even show up to it. It's insane. So my name's Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And guys, we're a growing channel, and every like, comment, and subscription helps us reach more patriots who need to hear the truth about what's really happening inside of our government. And it's crazy that I'm talking about UFOs when I'm a White House correspondent, but you know what? This is super relevant. So recently, Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, who chairs the House Oversight Committee's Declassification Task Force, just dropped the most explosive revelation about UFO witnesses and government transparency that should terrify every single American. She revealed that potential UFO witnesses are refusing to testify before Congress because they genuinely fear of being eliminated by forces within our own government. It's just mind-blowing. Don't let me hear it. I'll let you guys hear it. Check it out.
We had tried to get another hearing with the task force before this one, and every single witness we had reached out to said that they didn't want to testify because they were scared for their life. And these were not people that you see in the media. These were not, podcasters or anyone who's made a career talking about it. These were legitimate, former military and or military contractors, and they were literally afraid of being killed. And then you had David Grusch tell us directly that he was actually felt in fear of his life, and weird things had happened prior to that first hearing. And then I would encourage all of you to actually reach out to him, because even just yesterday, I actually went into the SCIF with David Grusch and Eric Burleson. And prior to that SCIF meeting happening, there was something really bizarre that took place with David Grusch, and it's being handled at the law enforcement level. But, things like that happening are not normal, especially being that David Grusch is currently Eric Burleson's congressional staffer.
That is just insane. So let me be crystal clear about what we're dealing with here, guys. These aren't random internet conspiracy theorists or podcast personalities, looking for attention. Luna made it absolutely clear that every single witness they reached out to were legitimate former military personnel and military contractors with the absolute highest security clearances. And again, these are people who have inside knowledge about what the government really knows about unidentified anomalous phenomenon and non-human intelligence and crash retrieval programs. And every single one of them said they did not want to testify because they were scared they would be unalived for speaking out. But think about that for a second. We have trained military professionals with access to our nation's most classified programs who are literally scared to tell Congress what they know. How crazy is that? And what kind of secrets are worth eliminating somebody over? I mean, we all know that there's definitely some out there that nobody should ever know about, except for people that can understand the full scope of it. But what kind of programs are so sensitive that witnesses fear permanent silencing just for doing their patriotic duty? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this goes way deeper than most Americans realize. I mean, I've got family. There's people I know that have super top secret clearances, and they're going to take that to the grave. And it doesn't matter what you say or do. They won't even breathe a word of it. And there's stuff out there that would make some of these, and some of these guys are extremely tough, and they turn ghost white. They're like, we're never talking about some of the stuff we did. I'm like, okay, understood. Never saying a damn thing. But this is where it all changes, and this should alarm every single person watching. David Grusch, the famous UFO whistleblower who testified before Congress about non-human intelligence and government crash retrieval programs, was involved in what Luna called a bizarre incident the night before a classified meeting. Grusch, who now works as a congressional staffer for Rep. Eric Burleson, was supposed to attend a secure facility meeting, a SCIF, with Luna and other members when something happened that's now being investigated by law enforcement. And Luna wouldn't give details because it's an active investigation, but she made it crystal clear this wasn't normal, especially for somebody who works directly for elected representatives. And this is the same David Grusch who testified under oath in July 2023 that the United States government possesses what he called non-human spacecraft and biological materials like bodies from crash retrievals. He never said extraterrestrial, by the way. He specifically deliberately used the term interdimensional beings. No big deal, right? Just interdimensional beings. And that suggests phenomena that operates beyond our three-dimensional space, from parallel realities. And Grusch filed a whistleblower complaint in 2022 alleging the government was illegally withholding UFO information from Congress, and he's been hiding and facing retaliation and threats ever since. And during that explosive 2023 hearing, Luna directly asked Grusch if he feared for his safety, and he replied, yes, personally. And she emphasized that he was coming forward in fear of his safety to put in perspective how serious these threats really are. And now we're seeing that fear play out in real time as other witnesses refuse to come forward, and Grusch finally himself faces mysterious incidents. And the September 9th UFO hearing that Luna is chairing is still scheduled to happen, but now we know why it won't include key witnesses, like ones who could actually tell us what's going on. And these witnesses are the ones that have knowledge of what Grusch described as unauthorized programs operating outside congressional oversight with billions in taxpayer money that's being funneled to aerospace corporations for reverse engineering of alien technology. It's like a bad book, Luna has warned that this Congress is writing the bills to fund these programs, and they don't have authorized access to them for something that's, like a free country where we should know about this. So let me ask you guys this, and tell me in the comments, if these UFO programs are just harmless research like the Pentagon claims, why are legitimate military witnesses fearing for their lives? Why are congressional staffers being targeted right before classified meetings? What are they so desperate to hide that they'll intimidate and threaten people who work for our elected representatives? And this is where it gets really interesting. Luna has repeatedly referenced Grusch's specific terminology, noting that he never said extraterrestrial or alien, but specifically used interdimensional. That suggests we're dealing with beings or craft that operate beyond our understanding of physics, possibly from other dimensions or parallel realities. And the implications of this are absolutely staggering for everything, we think we know about reality itself. It's insane. So if you guys got value from this update, please tap subscribe. My opinion is next. And if you're a patriot who believes the American people deserve transparency like I do, from their government, hit that like button and share this with everyone who needs to know the truth about what our government is hiding from us. Oh, stuff's crazy. So here's what really bothers me about this whole situation and why every American should be concerned. We have legitimate military witnesses with the highest security clearances who are afraid to tell Congress, like the people in charge, what they know about these UFO programs. And that tells me two things. First, that these programs are absolutely real, and second, that someone within our own government is willing to permanently silence people to keep them secret. Anna Paulina Luna is doing exactly what we elected her to do, fighting for government transparency and demanding constitutional oversight of unauthorized programs. No big deal. The fact that David Grusch, a congressional staffer, was targeted right before a classified meeting should alarm every American citizen who believes in the government, like our representative form of government. We live in a constitutional republic where Congress controls spending and has oversight authority over all government programs. And when unelected bureaucrats can operate secret programs without congressional knowledge while threatening witnesses, that's not how a republic is supposed to work. The American people deserve complete truth about interdimensional beings and crash retrieval programs, period. End of story.